How you doing, people? My name's Alpha Waves, and this is part 2 of my Mastering from Home series. I'm just going to basically run through what I've done on this master and show you. We're going to keep the levels the same at about -9 dB, but you'll hear the difference between the before and after. So this is the after with all the processing on. And this is with it off. So the highest peak is still hitting at about -9. Now it's more consistently hitting this -9 threshold, but the overall loudness seems to have increased. So I'm going to run through and show you how we achieve this. So the first thing would be an EQ. We've got a high pass filter and a couple of subtractive notches, just pulling back wherever you get those clusters of frequencies. Only 1 or 2 dB with each notch. And without again. So we lost a little bit of volume, but most importantly is those areas where those frequencies build up, that's been tamed. So up next we have got our multi-band compressor. I'm only compressing the lower frequencies there, everything below 120. So we've got about 3 dB of gain reduction here. It's quite a lot of bottom end, and I've also lowered the overall level of that range by a dB as well, just to get a bit more balance and control in those sub frequencies. From there we went into the compressor. You can hear a bit of gain boost here, so I've boosted by about 4 dB to make up for what we lost with the previous processing. But we've got about 1.5 dBs of gain reduction, slow release, and I'm using the default or auto release setting on the compressor. On the multi-band I was using the default setting for the release. So out of the compressor we go into another EQ. This is where you can do some boosts or further cuts. What I chose to do here is I've done a couple notches of dynamic EQing, just to tame whenever that rim shot hits. It kind of boosted out a bit too much once I added on the limiters. So after I added the limiters, I've come back and done this. So this is the reasoning or the thought process on why I've done that. So as I bring up the first stage of limiting with the standard clipper, which is a soft clipper, you can hear here the upper mids and the top end slightly became more apparent with this clipping going on. I'm trying to tame the peaks here. So we get 1 or 2 dBs of gain reduction max. From there we went into our first hard limiter. This is the Steinberg Razor, and I've got about 1.5 dB of gain reduction on this. But be very careful with this not to overcook it. Just, as I said, 1.5 dB or 2 dB of gain reduction is perfect for what we're trying to achieve there, because this isn't the final layer of limiting we're going to do. Final layer is the Pro L2. Now this kind of gives it that last bit of shaving, kind of glues the whole mix together, brings up the quieter elements of the mix. And I think on this one I went for about 3 dB of gain reduction. So again, when we look at the meters, and we do the before and after. The very top peaks are hitting about -9. Now we're consistently hitting that -9, but everything sounds a bit more louder. The overall tone of the mix hasn't really changed much. It sounds a bit more neater. That's the best way for me to describe it. But that's about it. There's not much needed in this stage of the beat making, really. This is the final stage before we upload it or send it out to artists. So it's really important to do this final stage just to give it that final gloss, so that the recipient can hear it as you intended. So I hope you found that video useful. Please do like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You've heard everybody say it, but it really helps with getting the channel out to, or suggesting our videos to non-subscribers, and it'll enable me to make more content and make it worthwhile, basically. So appreciate you listening and watching, and again, hopefully you found it useful, and we'll see you next time.